It's time now to go inside innovation, brought to you by DMI, mobilizing enterprises for the connected world. Well, failure is a topic that many people tend to shy away from, but it will be front and center at the third annual Fail Fest Wabash Valley in Terre Haute in the week ahead. Speakers include a pizzeria owner, a business professional who's never really had a real job, and a singer-songwriter and recording artist. Launch Terre Haute Executive Director Shelley Klingerman is here now with a look at this popular event and its impact. And Shelley, as always, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, the role of failure in success, it's gaining a lot of momentum. There's a big Fail Fest here in Indianapolis in central Indiana. And you got on board on this several years ago. This is the third time for the event. Why do an event like this?
I think everybody needs help overcoming that fear of failure. So the more you talk about it, the more you realize that it's just part of the process. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just something to do in a moment in time and move on. And we have a lot of young talent in our community with our universities. So we're really trying to make an impression on them to kind of go for it and go for it while you're there. And we really want them to stay in our community. I've
been very fortunate to have been a part in speaking at this event for the last couple of years. It's a great event. And really it is. You're using people who've been there, done that. They're successful, but they had failures. And they really put that on kind of front and center, right?
Right. And it's funny because the speakers who are the most vulnerable get the highest marks. So people really like to make that connection. Like if they got past it, I can get past it.
Yeah. You are the executive director of Launch Terre Haute, which is an organization, co-working space that really seeks to grow companies in the community. Talk about Launch and how you've grown over the last several years.
Yeah, we opened our doors about 3 years ago. Our membership, we've had about 300 members go through. Because we are a college town, those members tend to be a little bit transient, which is great because then they always come back and come in and update us on what they're doing. But we have a lot of interesting things kind of percolating in there. One being an AI company, which shows a lot of promise, and they're kind of really perched for growth. We have some of our entrepreneurs who have started the food truck as one of our success stories. They're going on now and working on some new things. One is an HR app. And now we're getting a lot of people that are realizing the market that Terre Haute offers to the college students. And so they're looking at a lot of services to really cater to that college population.
Yeah, we'll talk about that because it is a really target-rich environment when we talk about college students. Indiana State, Rose-Hulman, St. Mary's, Ivy Tech, WGU. You've got a lot of colleges right there in your own backyard. And you started a thing called the Community Innovation Challenge, which really targets those young people.
Yeah, so we're really trying to make the connection between our college students and our local businesses. And those connections are what really maybe root them in our community. So we are picking and we're partnering with a local business, and we are inviting all the colleges to bring teams and brainstorm around whether it's a challenge, an issue, a problem that business is facing, and really get the voice of the audience that we're trying to keep and connect with. So we had our first one this week. It turned out really well. The business owner, it gives them an opportunity to get perspective that they would never have. If you want to know an answer, ask the person you're trying to connect with.
Very quickly, you also you've got a high school meetup, so you're really going even younger to connect with people in the community.
Yeah, and that's coming from our business owners' feedback too, who really need to connect with those high school students. It's important too for our community, for those students to make the decision to stay in our community. But in order to do that, you need to know what your options are and what your career paths are and what are the expectations and the qualifications that are going to be required. So we are really reaching out and we're pulling them into our space very intentionally to get them out of their environment so that we can kind of expose them to a new environment and leverage our business partners.
Fail Fest, Wabash Valley, October 3. For tickets, you can go to failfest.us.
Correct.
And it's at the Indiana Theater, going to be a great event. Shelley Klingerman, thanks very much.
Thank you.
All right.